Why do some people win and some people lose regularly? Do you know anyone, maybe you, do you know anyone that just lives in chaos? Chaos, always, everywhere. Do you live that way? Some of you might, there's some not shaking their heads. Don't talk about me. And then there are those that, no matter what comes their way, they just get through it. They just get to the other side. Is that person fortunate? Lucky? Are they? What's the difference with these two people? You know, we talked about the word shouldn't and can't. There's another word that I truly, and people that know me, I don't use the word bad. I had a bad day. How many of you have ever said that? I've had a bad day. Well, why was it bad? See, the subconscious mind hears, I'm bad. That's what the subconscious mind hears, I'm bad. Bad day, I'm bad, it was a bad, everything was bad. How can you build your confidence if that's how your subconscious mind is reflecting, I had a bad day? You know, my father passed away unexpectedly. That wasn't a bad day. It was a painful day, painful week, month. It was painful, challenging, but why was it bad? Because I have news for you. The days that are challenging are the days you grow the most. Those are the days when you have an opportunity to practice principles you want to live by. That's when you grow. Do you want to grow or stay the same? And unfortunately, life comes with challenges, pain, heartache, loss. And it comes with love and beauty and peace and serenity. It comes with a whole mix. Some successes, some failures. So next time you want to say, I'm having a bad day, why don't you change it? I'm having a painful day, a challenging day. Because a challenge is meant to overcome. Challenge is meant to grow through. We have to go through it and grow through it. We don't want to avoid it. We don't want to run from it. Because you cannot reinvent and transform your life running from you. You have to face yourself. Anybody here ever have a challenge facing themselves? The truth about themselves? Is anybody still processing the truth about themselves? Excellent. Because life is about progress, not perfection. It's about progress, not perfection. If you want to reinvent yourself, you want to recreate your identity. You know, life is not about what it can give me. It's about what do I want to do in this life. Life happens for me, not to me. Or to you, is it happening to you and you're just a victim? Make life happen for you. You create your story. You create your life. You create the story you tell yourself. You. Mr. Putman, my life is not a product of you. My life is a product of me. Your life is a product of you, no one else. No one to blame. Now, when you're a child, you could be a victim of your environment. But now we're adults. Now we have choices. You can volunteer as a victim if you want through your whole life, or change yourself. You're responsible to redesign, recreate your life. No one else is responsible for that. Who would agree with that? Does anybody here blame anybody else for what's happening in their life right now? Because we always play a part in something. Now, saying that, it's always within reason, because there's no every unforeseen occurrences befall us all, right? Things can happen unexpectedly. But generally, your life is a result of you. And if you're not happy with your life, if you're not happy where you are, you better look at yourself. Look at yourself. What's going on with you? One of the things that's very important for you is to make amends with your past. Make amends with the past. The trauma, the pain, the choices you made, the failures. Make amends with it. I carried in my life beliefs and feelings directly related to the pain and trauma early in life. And I was terrified to look at the pain and trauma in my life, in my childhood. It was a dark dungeon I didn't want to go. Terrified, painful. Can anyone relate to that? Anybody relate to that? What a painful, who wants to go there into that dungeon and face the history? Because the story I told myself was that history is too painful to face. I don't want to feel that pain today and feel dirty or hate myself. And it's interesting because now, today, and I know you're going to relate to this, at least if you're on a growth phase in your life deeply, a lot of that pain and trauma and heartache and fear and darkness in that dungeon became my greatest teachers, the brightest lights in my life. And what's amazing is when my life crumbled and I was in that darkness, today I can use that to benefit somebody. Someone can actually benefit, maybe save a life. Can you imagine your heartache, your pain, your trauma, some of that childhood darkness saves a life because they don't feel alone anymore. See, if we change the way we look at a thing, the thing we're looking at will change. If you change the way you look at your childhood, the childhood you're looking at will change. They're lessons for growth. They're lessons for me to learn. The mistakes, they were classrooms. My coach tells me every mistake you made was a classroom. And I wanted to grow. And my coach gave me an exercise. So I did some time incarcerated. And I remember talking with my coach, and these people were making me insane in there. No respect and nasty attitudes, fights, arguments, challenges. And these people were horrible. And I said to my coach, these people are horrible. I can't stand them. They make me angry. This one guy, I want to knock his teeth in. Going back about 12 to 15 years. And he says to me, he goes, well, do you want to grow? Do you want to become more spiritual? Do you want to become more grounded? Do you want to become a new person? Absolutely. He says, okay, so here's what you're going to practice starting today. He says, each of those individuals are going to be your teachers. That person is going to teach you patience. That person is going to teach you tolerance. That person is going to teach you compassion. That person is going to teach you powerlessness. That person is going to teach you acceptance. See, if I want to grow spiritually, I have to change the way I'm looking at people. You know, if you change one thing about others, and this is an exercise that takes due diligence, because our natural tendency is to get annoyed in traffic, get aggravated at the person at the counter at Publix that is there for a half hour, shuffling to it. It's a natural tendency to get a little heated. But if we change the way we look at it, you know what? This is because I've been wanting to be a more patient individual. This is my opportunity. I can practice patience right now. Maybe I can practice compassion. Maybe that lady up there is suffering. Maybe she's in pain. Maybe her heart is breaking right now. And yet I want to knock her teeth in and I'm cursing her out under my breath. Maybe she's really hurting. See, if we change the way we look at people, the people we're looking at will change. And I do this to the best of my ability. If you look at everyone like their heart is breaking, wouldn't you look at them differently? How many of you have had a broken? I really want your hand up if this is yes, please. Even my family, the Wilsons. How many of you have ever had your heart broken? Ray, that was very quick. We've all had our heart broken. When your heart was broken, did you want someone cursing you out or getting mad at you because the light turned green and you took 4 extra seconds, but you're crying, your heart's breaking? Or do you really just need love and compassion and acceptance and just that, connection? Let's practice giving that to others. When the light turns green and it's 4 seconds, we don't have to do that. We can tap. Ladies along at the register of Publix, practice for patience, maybe her heart's breaking. Do you think that there's a chance that could change the way you look at people? If you look at them as though their heart's breaking? Practice it. And as you practice it, it makes what? Progress. Because it's going to be hard to do. Your life is a result, your identity is a result of what you practice daily. If you want to be a new individual, if you want to reinvent your life, you need to practice new choices, new behaviors. If you want a new identity, you have to practice a new design for living.